first, trying to, I guess, set the meta. But you know what?
We have
sometimes simplicity
JOBLIFE
has
on defense, Eternal Fire on attack.
And we started to see that towards the end of the group
same size.
for Eternal Fire. I'm excited to see how they get on against
potential.
JOBLIFE.
Just setting this one up as a bit of a stylistic clash, maybe, of those 9 losses from the JOBLIFE organization against Turkish teams. 4 of them with Unfake at the helm. I've been pretty convinced with his calling so far.
We're the best teams in the region right now. We haven't watched for a bit.
Starts to open up. You can see JOBLIFE
Vitality,
thinking about
Foot,
this B main progression.
Nope,
Eternal Fire on the attack
Liquid,
side. Now starting to move that
BBL.
spike towards the A site.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm entirely convinced just yet, because the attack side,
like that.
Breeze excluded.
Okay, cool.
Was not the best, but we can come back to that. That's a conversation for later. Echo, at the same time, gets the information. It's now well
Heretics?
under
Heretics
fire.
maybe.
Viper wall to protect
Heretics
him.
question mark.
Actually doesn't get scanned.
Dude, he got wrecked by that one. They need to flip the site.
Yeah.
They could actually just not plant here and just push all the way through, but it's a shame that their one way's out. I wonder if they if the one way wasn't here, I wonder if they just try to send it over towards B now. Not the best plan for them.
Vacated, so it's a topsy-turvy one, but one that Eternal Fire do not want to give away control of Spike, and Pays once again looking to pay out and some damage, and well, it goes down to a 1-on-3. Neki with just 27 points of health and having to fire away 3 targets. He will not succeed. JOBLIFE,
good
the
start
only
from them.
1 of 5 pistols last time, Hazza, but this time they'll make no mistakes about it.
It's a perfect start for JOBLIFE here on the defender side of Lotus, of course. Matt Pitt coming in and with a very convincing record from their time in Challengers 3. Just a single loss coming right at the back end against Reborn, another one of those Turkish rosters. And with that in mind, I think there's got to be some confidence behind them, putting away that series against Na'Vi as well.
Not the cleanest replay ever.
Sit down!
To re-raise the Unfake conversation quickly, the composure and calmness that he showed
this?
after what was probably one of the worst whiffs we've seen in recent history says a lot about this team.
I don't even know if you can count it as a whiff because he just didn't shoot.
Scroll wheel, mate.
Yeah.
Scroll wheel in pro play.
Neki,
More
Neki
common
buys
than you
it
think,
from.
apparently.
Yeah, but I want to come. Yeah, I want to continue this conversation with Unfake, because Eternal Fire do have some force behind this in Favian's Outlaw. Let's just keep an eye on this for a moment.
Yeah.
But Unfake, I mean, attack side calling, it just hasn't been up to scratch for me. Not got a positive record. And this is the only map that he actually does. 60% out of the 6 times that he's played it in Challengers.
And so I think that's something that we can just shelve and come back to in the second half. But in my eyes, what this matchup will end up being
plays here against the eco. You know they can't spam the tree with the classics.
In Tier 1, as they are an Ascension roster after all, at their core.
Not bad.
In terms of the eco, well, the Outlaw has already been dealt with here in Tree, so shouldn't be too much left behind things.
He at least gets the
Audas
gun,
has
but
managed to pick it back up and deals the
2 HP, 10 HP, doesn't really matter too much armor rebuys.
Yeah, a couple players low there, but it's the only 2-shot weapon that will follow it. Eternal Fire hoping that they could have done some damage with pistols, not the case.
And to sort of wrap up the point that I was making there too, this JOBLIFE team has more Tier 1 experience than any other of the Challengers rosters that we've seen come up. Even, you know, the example
Is the
of
damage
Enterprise,
worth it? Not a chance.
Has global experience there,
They'd
but
have to
Doma's
get, like,
played more
actual
LAN games
kills.
at Masters and Champs than he has here on a domestic stage. So, seeing how that translates as we head into the bonus for the defenders side.
Basically a similar buy, really.
Of VALORANT, quite a different time.
I have the spike.
LAN
Coming back.
Yeah. Well, the LAN
Full pass and
experience
aggro,
was at a premium.
pivot over.
Next year won't be, with the International League still staying in position. And it looks as if Eternal
Dude,
Fire
3
with their
ready
full
for the
buy
B
are
hit.
ready to execute on B. Good information in terms of the utility. Spear has really made that one work. JOBLIFE, an advantage into post.
Yeah, but it's a question of what they can do with this. As Eternal Fire looking to fight into
Nicely done from Doma, he's read this well.
Alert, and he deals great damage on the fadeaway
Get
back
too
to
carried
C.
away as well.
Everybody peppered up on the Eternal Fire side. The Spectre, even at range, could really cost players their life. And JOBLIFE now starting to get into main as well.
It's the weak players in Waterfall.
Yeah, and they're just going to
Very nice from
completely
Doma on
fall
this.
to
Played
Doma.
this.
3 rounds
insanely
in a row,
well.
looks like for JOBLIFE.
Dude, look at them. Runners picking up an orb as well, gets the last kill, gets his Razor.
Brilliant start for JOBLIFE.
Pistol into a bonus.
I'm left wondering, Eternal Fire are just not showing up so far.
Yeah, looking like a bit of a disconnect.
It was a slow reaction from them, from the A to like slowly walk over towards B, then pop. Like the rotate already got him. They already managed to get 3 to B.
Partnership that's having to be created. Fabian finding
I
himself.
don't even think it was like a fast.
A third different duelist now in his last year and a half of competing.
He was like, shall I give it?
Spear the furthest player
I need some more commitment from him, I'll be
there.
honest.
I mean, that's the one thing about the Whaley, it can be quite disconnected. It was like when we saw Neon for the first time, a lot of Challengers teams felt that disconnect.
It didn't feel very natural.
And again,
He's hesitant,
competent as Fabian is as a flex player, you want to see them really start to shape things up nice and quickly, because you don't get too many lives in this play-in stage. From the upper bracket, if you even make playoffs, straight down into the lowers on seeding. And so with the Sheriffs at the hip here of Eternal Fire, they've made plenty of noise on C. The lurk smoke is up, but Echo is yet to cross.
And I think Fabian's a big component of this Eternal Fire roster. I think a discussion we were having in stage 1 was about his ability, right? And the fact that he might be the best luck or the best flex player. Echo at the same time, his luck might be activated.
Wow.
He's seen that players are leaving.
See, hasn't seen Pays.
And this could be the issue. Finally does, and this is going to be an easy kill. That got a little bit messy, but still gets
scary,
the upgrade.
man.
And now the rest of Eternal Fire being brought back.
Yeah, I mean, Kamek may be in a position to interrupt this, but the spike is going to get past, no problem.
Good timing, Kamek. His mate's running.
Eternal Fire do have a free C site, but the flank
His mate was running. I wonder if the Fade had the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Neki had the second guy running here.
It's big 1 versus 1. He will win up, but doesn't consider
he thinks that was the guy that was running.
It's an easy trade in the end, but still an advantage to the Turkish side.
And look at this post plant now. They've completely changed it up, looking to fight Sand together.
Oh, and Unfake given a chance to get brawly with it.
Bait.
I mean, and deep into the corner is
Here.
Echo. He's the one with the Bulldog. HPs. A 2 versus 4, which
with the,
I don't think Eternal Fire would
with the
have
HPs coming out, he might be tempted to ult. He should probably get a kill off too fast.
Doma missing out. These Sheriffs of Eternal Fire really starting to hit now, and I think this round might just be over. Time getting away from Runner, and Eternal Fire straight back in with a mode of thrifty.
3 with low HP, and they all pick up guns.
Serious punch as a slight gap is exploited to the full. Eternal Fire getting in behind through Echo. Let's kind of snatch at this one a little bit. I was wondering if he wanted to play the discipline, maybe buy a little bit more time for the rotation, but nice call made off of his insert. And I love the quick reactions as well to set up this post plant towards the flank, get the numbers in play. And so straight into the next one. It's a full purchase for both, and Runner's brought the op out. He's nowhere near this first duel.
Eternal Fire certainly are, and with bodies put out, JOBLIFE trade even. And I think, honestly,
favors Eternal Fire here.
Yeah, exactly. Only issue is there's no smoke.
It's a weird round, this one. There's so many
ults. Corner can have a real opportunity to upset. An idea about
him
this
tucking
one,
in might work out well, yeah.
Spear somehow winning that duel.
Yeah, plenty of damage there, unloaded by Unfake, but no kill. And Doma's the only one in a position to interrupt this. Long rotate for Runner. Maybe if Doma finds a kill, then you're interested, but he's quickly cut out of play. And it looks like Eternal Fire are going to bring this one within just a round.
I mean, him saving, they can buy next.
From them here.
I like that, the acceleration.
Maybe they actually need to come up with like a better plan with the Razor.
Taking duels on their own, Doma for instance,
like
in
most
that 2v3,
people with Razor at the moment,
back,
if you ignore the op,
I think it's sort of
like aggro
sort
here,
that you live and die by there though. Runner's always going to want to save this operator, especially when you look at the money. If Doma finds one, maybe he gets interested.
Yeah, but you've got a showstopper to come back in on. There's tradability there.
They could
a 2
definitely
versus 3 isn't out the realms of possibility.
You really want to gamble that 2v3?
I mean, sometimes you've got to give it a go.
Maybe. I think it's a discussion best left, because right now Eternal Fire have started to turn up the heat a little bit, and JOBLIFE showing signs of buckling under that pressure, perhaps.
Yeah, that's 100% right. JOBLIFE need to be careful because, as you said, this is a VCT team, not just an Ascension roster. And Eternal Fire were prospects for London back, if people remember.
4th place, just 1 away Oh my god.
Wait, what's going on there? Why are we getting this in slow-mo?
Using the headset as
That my guy B.
hairband. Multiple uses, these headsets.
Yep. I relate. But here comes the A-Brawl yet again as the barrier goes up. Playz trying to get in there, and once again he falls to that left-hand side of Rubble. Runner ignites with a showstopper.
It's not
nothing
great,
found.
is it?
5 versus 4, but
It's
still
kind of
JOBLIFE
similar
trying
to the idea that I wanted. The execution is really bad though. That ult hits for 3. All 3. Do they know about this other guy? They do now.
Finally envelop JOBLIFE. Runner scorched and sent packing from this
But why are they like
Feels like Eternal Fire
like
have
normally what
remembered who
happens
they are.
is
The individuals
trap
playing
play.
off of one another.
but they're like
a pack
all
once
inning.
again.
But then the Raze isn't sending it.
Runner has
So then he's like
found
doing the trap play
unique
part of the
angle
Raze ult
here.
bit, but we've already sent
Can
it.
stop that
Like
spike
you
from
either
crossing
send it
towards the
together or you
site,
trap
but
play together.
with a lack of information mid-round, he's not fully certain on this one right now. Doma, of course, on the other side of the breakable door in blue room, just waiting to see if there's a pivot, but so much patience shown on the Eternal Fire side right now.
Maybe think.
Yeah, it's that their own attack-sided smoke, which they put up here, and yeah, Runner's looking for that timing, but
Oh
in
my
the
god,
end,
that second kill came out of
Eternal
nowhere.
Fire make the most of it. Doma gets his 2, but
They have an
2 more
opportunity to pick
required.
up the
I
op.
think
Looks
JOBLIFE are
like
now
they don't want to
starting
go
to
for
just
it.
be a bit too cheeky, and Eternal Fire aware of it.
There's definitely going to be a timeout talking about
the
fact that they're not on the same page. Their plans with ults right now is
that's exactly why we're going to see a JOBLIFE
not good.
timeout.
Dude, this is something actually that I had in my notes last time I watched JOBLIFE play. Their pre-barrier calls could be way better. I think they're very good at mid-rounding.
Definitely what will
And
be
they're actually very good
addressed
when
in
they
this
lose like the
upcoming
first
timeout,
pick.
as you say.
Like they come up
It's
with
been an
plans
area of
well.
weakness for them so far.
But
And Eternal
they're
Fire
like
starting
actual
to find
plans,
value
barrier
from it. I
on,
think we want to see
like
JOBLIFE
barrier
playing a more
down can just be
cerebral
so
game
much
here,
better.
trying to punish Eternal Fire when they give them those kinds of situations.
You
those
make notes? Yeah, just for plat
overextensions,
chat.
because actually in the
So it's
previous
easier to
round,
remember.
it was the other way around. I really like that patience from Eternal Fire mid-round. Quite a few times, I think, towards the start of Stage 1, when we had the full-strength core of this team, there were discipline issues with the roster, for sure. So now starting to see a little bit more of that instilled in them here is a positive change.
I think so, and I think as well, Eternal Fire, they've actually bringing out the Viper, bringing out something that's a lot more, I guess, macro heavy. I mean, sure, you've got the double duelist, but even someone like Minnie was saying, I don't understand why teams are not playing Viper as much. And for JOBLIFE's side, they're kind of reintroduced to this notion of the aggression, and it's actually working against them.
Yeah, I mean, that is the cost that they've had to pay. They were running double smokes with Viper every single time in those 6 previous appearances on this map, of which they won 5 that I mentioned
good stuff
at the
or
start.
stuff to flame? A bit of both.
To accommodate Playz in the lineup, that is the price they've had to pay. And
I feel like because of the changes at the moment,
now you can see Echo attack
it's
sided
normally
slow
because of like meta changes,
Fire,
map changes and stuff like that. It's normally
scaling through B main
not the good
with some
stuff.
intent, setting up both duelists here for a fight.
They'll be well aware that there's a trap to be sprung somewhere. And that's why there's a little bit of trepidation about how they walk. No A-Brawl. That's where the Vise is.
You can see Unfake just faking the steps up towards Plat there as well, suggesting a rotation. As you say, the C's nade was ready to go, but now it's the Prowler that he pulls out and gets ready to take this duel as Playz connects through the smoke. Spear down, and the spike's starting to head towards C.
Fabian unfortunately caught out as well. And this should be an easy notifier as to what's happening. A nice stun though to stop any B main aggression.
With that utility invested,
This is good though from all
much harder site to
the fake
scale
TP to try and get the armor flash out of them. Take space over towards door.
Under the tree in A. There is Vice util here to slow this down to Snail's
He's had a
pace.
great
You've got
round
wall
so
of
far.
thorns between the spike, which is slowly arriving.
What's going to happen though? They got B and A.
Ordaz takes. It's the fight which he needs to win. The Doma down with Vice gone. That's all the utility missing.
Unfake so low as well as they come back in. Information about where players are playing from.
Big duel mid.
It seems like it's going to be the Raze to get caught out here by Echo. And now the numbers get thinner.
Yeah, Ordaz still playing up close from Plat, but no trade, no follow-up. Neki sat down in pit, and for that reason, JOBLIFE not anticipating this one at all. The trade eventually comes through, down to a 2-on-2, and Fabian still playing around front site with the support of Echo's op, now through tree. A two-pronged approach, which Kamek walks straight
Very strong
into.
for him. I feel like Ordaz had such a great round. It was pretty silent what he did. He only got the kill over towards A, but he manages to fake out the C pressure, gets the Omen flash out of them, and then insta sends it over towards Tree. There's all that info. Gets the most important kill. Pulls them all back.
In terms of how well aware they are.
Yeah.
Glamorgo, thanks so much for the tier 1. Appreciate the 27 months. Thanks so much, mate.
I was kind of surprised that Doma just immediately went straight back into the site, knowing that the Omen ult had been popped.
Eternal Fire, now they look good, man. The last 4 rounds have been very nice.
Pit, that was the common one to take.
Nostrap as well, thank you so much. 34 months for the tier 1.
Upgraded pistols.
Thank you for that as well.
Marshall in the hands of Pays. JOBLIFE have to make sure this one doesn't quickly get out of hand. Echo
the
not given
makeshift
enough space to make the op work for a second time, so that's a big pickup by Runner. Yeah. Plenty of open air out on A right now.
Yeah, and they go back and make it again.
B exec, well, there,
Marshall
but I
and
don't think
Sheriff.
create much issues, to be honest. And even going to get a Nightfall out of this. This is a decent big win from JOBLIFE, to be honest. And it does stall out the spike a little bit.
It blocked the dash as well, so only a couple players in. Ordaz having to burn through one of those TPs.
So
and a
Kamek
big
should
one
wait for the
versus
door
one
to
on
get
the
open
flank here.
first.
Yeah,
It's
don't
nice.
doubt Neki, let's be honest.
At least
Rifle
they got
in
that one
hand
down
and
there.
doesn't miss a beat. So Doma now with the information of Neki's position, should expect
shot.
this. That's unbelievable. Individuals showing up from
really
Eternal
fast.
Fire that they maybe haven't in weeks
Hey,
previous.
this is old
And I think
Eternal
it's
Fire.
because the comfortability
This
that we're
is good.
seeing of these players on roles
They're looking
that
a lot better.
we normally associate with them. Last two, happy to take a back seat and wait for that spike to go.
For sure. This has to be a confidence builder. The play-in stage, Eternal Fire finishing 4th in their group, of course.
Where's Chiwa?
As they did 4th
Visa
in the previous
issues.
stage. It's all about trying
Once again
to
for him.
break the mold and bridge that gap between being a team which sits in the midfield, looking towards next year as well, of course, and one which can go to international
used to
events.
that for next year as
well.
well.
Look, they
That'll
have the
happen a lot.
quality to do so, especially heading into the last stage. It was a 6-map loss streak before the Fnatic win, so
Where's he
they
from?
ended things
Russia?
on a high for sure, but got to see if that can continue now, of course, with Fnatic's own results in mind.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think the big thing with that Fnatic result for Eternal Fire was the fact that we started to see those role changes. We started to see a much more, how to put it, familiar Eternal Fire and how they were playing. But let's see exactly how Eternal Fire are getting on in this round as they play for a
aggro
B
over
exit.
towards A. They fast react over towards B, but this time it is actually like a lot faster. They beat the rotate.
Geri çekil geri. Kaç geri koş. Kır onu geri koş.
Tamam çok iyi. Bir upper çıktı. Fade B side.
Al süper ya. Ben de vuracağım bir tanesini.
Hemen A rotate attı beyler. Fade Hobbit'ten kol atıyor sana Ömür.
Ne infomuz var yok.
Vice
Chaining dedi. Ulti bastı buradan.
B boş. Anıl.
bomboş
basıp
Anıl.
pozisyon-
Anıl B'ye girdi.
Anıl C'de kal. C'ye bir şeyler yapsana.
Şeyim yok.
Sakat yakını istiyorsan.
10 saniye pull reveal var. Giden aşağıda.
Bekliyorum seni.
Ömür Water'da oynamayı seviyordu Barış. Yanlış
Flash,
hatırlamıyorsam.
flash açtı. Sayıları bir açacağım.
Ha, Pillar da flash adam CT. Pillar.
Tamam ultimiz var bu arada. Yaparım.
Shift giriyorum.
Anıl yok gibi ya.
Kapalı kuracağım.
30 seconds left.
Evet, sol.
Can.
Ultin var.
Alsana size flash atak Water.
Last
Moving up.
player standing.
Now he's got no gun. The pit with an AWP.
JOBLIFE managing to come back into this, and that's a big result. Within one
I mean, it was a
round,
nice try in the
and especially
2v3.
with how Eternal
I will say
Fire's
that.
momentum was.
Yeah, it's Echo that finds the opening for Eternal Fire in that round, through B and onto the C site, but JOBLIFE aware of the gaps and very quickly mid-rounding themselves into a position to retake. Sounded very chaotic for my limited Turkish understanding there.
Yeah, the
in
first 5
terms of the
seconds
fights out
were
on site.
manic.
Not a full commitment to that B push either.
There.
Yeah, but at the same time,
There.
you get the win, you get the punish, and there's operators on either side, and not quite out the woods yet in terms of economy for either side.
Aggro A again, they've been fast reacting.
Set utility from JOBLIFE to try and take that rubble space at least initially, and hoping to maybe guide Eternal Fire into their Vice setup. The issue being, it's only Doma here, and while he has the
Doma's
op,
gotta leave
it's just inviting Spear to get up in his face. Shorty to bolster this smoke. So you can see JOBLIFE retaking
they get a good plant.
mainly through
4 mound.
Waterfall, but Playins is a long way away.
Still taking his time to come through. Doma punishes any more aggression, and there's even a Nightfall to confirm that there's a body in towards CT. Thinking it's backside, but it's not. Doma versus
Look how well Doma's playing this right now. He's so patient.
JOBLIFE get working on elsewhere. Only one player remaining. It is Neki, the captain, and he's doing well
Very,
so
very nice
far,
on this
but
rotate.
cannot
Dude,
connect
Doma
anymore.
handled this well. It's just very
it's a great
patient.
round from Doma, just
Doesn't need to do
contain
anything.
there,
Just wait for the
stopping
3 that
Eternal
are
Fire
together
from
to do
taking any
something.
more CT
The ones
space
that
than
just holding
would
their
be
space. The guy over towards the door
damaging
creates a
to
bit of
the
pressure.
brunt of that retake coming in from Waterfall. Someone
Doesn't
who's always been so
commit
good
on
with
site
the
as well.
comms, and I think that's why he looks so good on this anchor role, especially now, stepping back into this one.
And I think we had big conversations about his role as well, not just speaking about Eternal Fire and how things have been going on that side, but I think with him playing, what was it, 4 different categories of agent, and I think it was something like 60 days. I think you really start to worry about what his impact was, and now that he's finding consistency on these more...
Is that the Neo Frontier skin? Mate, hopefully someone in chat will let you know.
There's that cerebralness
I got
to
nothing.
his play.
Yeah,
I don't know what that
for
looks
sure,
like.
Given his best Kung Kung impression at the end of that one as well. So, vibes restored on the JOBLIFE side, as is the scoreline, now back at a deadlock. 5 rounds each, and I think they'll be happy with how this defender's side has started to turn for good. 2 successful retakes in a row now, and you're starting to see that synergy between the two. For Eternal Fire, I think post-plants have always been something which plagued their attack sides. For as strong as they are at getting into sites, and when you look at how effective they've been in
How's
the
the
first
sleep
Bloods
going? The
department,
sleep's going
especially in
good.
the previous series, this is something that they've definitely got to
Been
tighten
getting all
up
the sleep,
on, and I
mate.
imagine
Haven't been watching
that's
any of the
what
second
Afro
Americas
will be
games.
leading the charge with here, coming out of the pause.
Yeah, and I think Pay is a big component of JOBLIFE's first blood kind of play. We saw him yesterday go, not yesterday, the other day, go 18-9 and first kills to first
Double
deaths.
force.
It's a 2 first kill, first death ratio.
You're not
If
tired
Matt's
anymore?
your strong
Nah,
suit,
forget
and that
that.
actually puts him as the best.
I was
of
really
the
tired
duelists
this
from
morning.
The opening round of Playins, so
I forget now.
absolutely important there.
Did you see who was top?
Fake Omen or could go anywhere.
Oh, the first kills to first. Never mind.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Hayes is definitely going to get a first death here, and Runner Willie gets one, does get his life stolen away from him. Unfake, unperturbed.
Dude, I reckon if
Still
you
wanting
gave
to play
JOBLIFE
within
some
the smoke,
some better
Eternal
ult
Fire
rounds,
think better of it.
they would have they'd be smashing some of these
Slowing
games.
it all the way down. Shift walking back out of audible range, as you can see. JOBLIFE have full extremity control, and with Doma's wall on B, they're ready to play back into that site if they are forced to.
This morning you said you were tired.
It
yeah,
is
but
going to
mate,
be
it's just the morning,
him
innit?
again, though,
It's
the
morning
vice on
things.
this C site to do it all.
I mean, he's got his playing in front of his setup, and this is just an easy kill. I understand that you want to try and play for something, but in a 3
I mean, it's fine.
versus
It's
4,
fine in a
surely you play from
3v4 to play
numbers.
like this.
I mean, it's
He
bold
has to make a
take the
play.
off angle
Last
in that
round he played to
situation,
leave
but
the
there's a
side
world
as
where
well.
if Eternal
To
Fire
mix
lays
it
you
up
on that
next
clear,
round
he gets
after
his
by
2,
playing
and
to
that's,
try fight site.
you know,
Goes for an
JOBLIFE
off angle.
still with a
Misses first
chance in
shot.
this round. Go big or go home, that's the mantra, and with it here now, a 2 versus 4. JOBLIFE will have money in the next round. They can give this a go. Neki 1 away from a Nightfall, though, and Spear a couple off his own. Don't really want to give too much away here.
Yeah, the fade can
Once again, just stops in a
Not saying hunt, but the fade can
that's done so well
swing
here.
off.
I mean, Cam,
Okay, the fade can definitely hunt
already
now.
starting to, I thought for a minute back away, not the case.
One away from a
Eternal
way
Fire
layout,
to
one
get
away
the
from a
lead
fade ult.
back.
And it's Spear finding that final
Could
kill
understand
too.
if
So now
JOBLIFE
Eternal
want to go
Fire
aggro
are
here.
1 ult point away from 2 very impactful pieces heading into what will be the final round of the half. And a chance for them to cement this advantage. JOBLIFE changing up how they want to approach the Angel with some real player presence, and fortunately enough, it does just fall apart. So looking at it now, final opportunity for both teams here.
Is it going to be the same thing again? Aggro A into instant react?
Looks like Doma's going to be the one getting exposed here again.
Yeah, a shot away, hoping to beat out some utility. I guess, I mean, it was always going to be a clear with the Haunt. You're even going to get a Spear ultimate online for this round.
The Vice setup does match up quite nicely
Do you
into
eat
Fabian
out
on this
more,
Neon.
or do you eat at home?
It's Spear
Nah,
again
it's
that you've got to be
home-cooked
worried
mostly.
about, just bypassing some of that early utility.
Sometimes
And
restaurants,
like the B pivot
sometimes
here from
order,
Eternal
but
Fire,
mate, it's so expensive,
a
yeah.
JOBLIFE players ready to interrupt this.
You feel bad ordering here,
massive
right?
ultimate, but JOBLIFE just for a moment stepped in front. You're going to get the Whaley ultimate, but it's a trade even. Spear even going back, and still delay coming through from JOBLIFE, managing to keep their players alive, but still ready for a duel. And it's a pause. I thought it was a pause. It's not. Echo just takes the peak. Oh, and it's a good spam from Runner. Fabian as well taken.
A 3 versus 2 situation. JOBLIFE given numbers and time on their side. Slowly starting to run
tipping
out
culture here? Nah, not really.
As
I still
they've
do
not been
tips
in that
though.
first line of defense,
Any
the Vice wall is still active.
I
So
think
even
when people
a smoke
deliver
to
to my
just
house,
fake
because they
any
know
kind
where
of
you live
pressure
as well,
won't do
I'm
all
definitely
too much.
incentivized to tip them more.
And Orda's now left segregated.
It's like,
as the
okay,
spike
don't
is
do
yet to be
anything weird
planted.
now that
Spear
you know where I
and only
live.
his 20 HP.
It's like a security
20
thing for me.
seconds to play with as well. And unfortunately caught out. We will be all even heading into the next half, and it's Runner again being a highlight
one
in
of
this
those,
round.
it's like an
JOBLIFE
agreement.
should be super happy with how they've managed to turn things around here after a positive start and a bonus conversion. A Thrifty threw some trepidation into the situation, but ultimately able
Tip
to
them,
make
yeah,
good
because
of
if
it.
anything
So
weird
at
happens,
the
they can look and they go, oh,
half,
this
we're
guy
gonna have
tipped me.
a
Okay.
listen in on a
You
player
never know,
feature,
man.
which we held
Watch
with
too much
Doma
true
and
crime.
Fake.
Gotta be careful.
My name is Doma. I'm from
Do,
Croatia. I'm
Prime.
23 years old. To me, being back means a lot because obviously, like, I played 6 years ago internationals in like Reykjavik and even in Berlin. First champs ever.
Paper rack.
So I mean, yeah, it feels good to be back on stage.
If you
in
are
VCT
on
because
Twitch at the
when
moment, you
don't
can
play
go
for a
out of
long
full
time,
screen.
just
You
keep
can click
watching
over
online.
towards here.
Like
You
from
can scroll
home,
down
feels
towards the
kinda
bottom. You can
boring.
see if you have
I
a
know now it's on
free
our
Prime
terms, we
sub. It's not
qualified
going to
with
cost
our
you
work
anything.
and, yeah, it feels
You
really
get
good.
no ads for the next
It
month.
feels super
You can
important
support
to
the
know
channel. You can
both for
rewind.
JOBLIFE and for
You can
ourselves
have
that
a
we are,
mod.
like, you know, a competitor
Not going to
in
cost
tier
you anything.
two.
You get
And
it free with
obviously that
Amazon
I think
Prime.
we can do stuff in tier
Maybe
one
you
as well,
forgot about it.
because I think like
You can go
BBL
check.
from last year have shown they
support the
came from
channel, who
Ascension.
knows?
Also Eternal Fire they showed. It means a lot to be competitive.
Charmy,
on,
thank you so
know,
much.
the
There we
highest
go.
levels.
Charmy
We were
Juni
well
with the Prime.
prepared.
Appreciate that.
Even though we had to change a
Thank you
player,
for
we had
checking
to
me.
get Pace, who is a monster. I think we are still gonna do good. This tournament, I would like
so
to face
much.
Fnatic. I think they are not in great form. They are beatable. Like they're not looking as sharp as
Starry
last
as well
year,
with the
so
Prime.
I
Thank
think
you
it
for
will
doing
be a
that
fun
also,
matchup
Starry.
against
Thank you so
Fnatic.
much.
Yeah, I want to play Fnatic. To expect from JOBLIFE, we're just gonna play a few games, maybe win some games, and then in the end, we're gonna qualify to Shanghai.
The difference between playing now with JOBLIFE and with Vitality is huge. And Vitality, I joined mid-season, so it wasn't like, maybe I wasn't confident at myself that much. It was not an easy job for me. And now with JOBLIFE, we qualified, so I'm much more confident than I was before. And I think that's the biggest difference.
Cobalt as well. Dude, you're out here gifting and you're out here gifting to others and you won't even sub. Insane from you. I appreciate the Prime as well. Thank you so much. Atticus Kodiak as well. Thank you so much for the Prime as well.
I'm confident. I believe I deserve to be here. But last time I was here, I jinxed myself. And now I just don't want to talk more. I just want to prove it on the server what I'm capable of. The tournament is gonna be really hard and there is like a lot of good teams, but I believe we can do good. I'm not sure if we can take the trophy, but I hope so.
Strong sentiments of self-belief from the JOBLIFE players there.
What's the temperature here right now? 12.
Believes they can go all the way to Shanghai. For now, it's
Hot
the road
12.
to Barcelona, and as always, the QR code is there for your
Aced
tickets.
with the tier 1 as well. Is that how I say that? Thanks so much for the tier 1.
This JOBLIFE team, the way that they've approached this Playins
so much.
bracket, it's one match at a time.
Oh,
with
12, yeah.
Win against the VCT team under their belt already. They're looking to beat the next best thing. This ascended.
I mean, it's Prime Summer right now.
Pegged back
Is that not a hot 12?
Even at the half, but now their chance to attack.
The rifle rounds majority though going Eternal Fire's favour, and that's the
Who's the
one
player
thing
playing with the champs
to
buddy?
note.
It's tournament
This round
clients, so
has not
everything's
really
unlocked.
been in JOBLIFE's
There's
favour,
meant to
but
be a rule where you're not allowed to use it, but
they've
people do.
improved at least for the start of this series.
Yeah, they picked up one, so Double pistol would be huge, though, and I think, yeah, building that momentum off the back of a potential bonus, as we did see in the previous, all positives to be thinking about. But as of right now, it's some early sand control. Yet to be explored. Precious map material currently under the watchful gaze of Eternal Fire. They've got a Viper wall through the middle of the map as well, so plenty of support there.
Just quickening that pace up towards C to pull bodies across, and Runner just steps a bit too far. Echo, the one to punish it. Oh, I mean, overwhelming.
Recovery was insane, lineup's great.
And Fabian will stop it. Spike now in his favour, and he's going to get a third.
I like that though, they fall together.
Kind of went missing towards the start of groups. And Unfake, who may go missing here as Echo tries to capitalise and well.
1-1 on the pistols.
Advantage Eternal Fire once again.
Yeah, you could see the idea from JOBLIFE, trying to create some pressure on the C site, lower the toxins of Echo.
Have
so
Pacific done the draw for Playins? Nah, they do it off the seeding.
Just line up for Fabian,
It's different over there. I don't know what Americas are doing, if they do it off seeding or if they do it off live draw.
And as you say, as long as he's performing alongside Spear, Eternal Fire should be winning more rounds than they lose.
Yeah, Fabian, I think, is the real star quality about this roster. And I think, I mean, having him play like
gonna do a
Vito
live
and
draw.
stuff like that rather than...
The live draw is pretty fun.
You're going to see a lot better returns. JOBLIFE are just going for a straight up execute. They're not caring here, and this should be a shooting gallery for the Eternal Fire players.
Mate, we're doing it right.
Neki here with his Spectre. It should be easy enough to spray things down. And finally it looks to be. That's something JOBLIFE
good damage
really good
though.
at the other day, was making
Do they get to pick up all the guns?
on eco rounds.
Yeah, I mean, look, that was a full save from them coming in 5 classics, and Neki does incredibly well to get them back on side. Eternal Fire, a situation there where he was soon to be overwhelmed, but makes good of the situation, and they come into the bonus healthy enough. There were still 3 players left standing, so not too many costly repurchases here. Now just starting to see what JOBLIFE want to do with their attack side. You were very critical of it in the first half, and now we get an opportunity to see it play out from behind the curtain. Listening into the comms here as Eternal Fire are already laying on that pressure.
Wait, Max. Nice. In here as well. I'm holding his ping, holding ping.
I'm not holding A anymore.
I'll take A.
Holding A. Okay, push.
Guys, holding B.
I'm holding A.
I'll go for info on C. Like that.
Push them.
Scream like that. No.
Go.
It's a very well-received round on the JOBLIFE side. Passive start, invited the pressure, and the reaction quick as you like.
Yeah, it's the next round that we're going to be seeing the real test as we get the full buy of Eternal Fire once again. Fabian being that opper, as it used to be Izzy. Obviously, switched out for Spear.
I think the big takeaway here for me on the JOBLIFE side is that they were prepared for what was getting thrown at them. Something that Unfake was talking about was the fact that, you know, this is a team that can't be anti-stratted. We feel like a brand new roster.
Big Byron, they get the op out.
Just interpreting.
Yeah, it is hard with this comp on defense. I'm not sure they can play as passive as they're playing, but
first couple rounds.
It's great Omen Flash, full committed. Oh my god, dude, Unfake is leading by example. Wants his team to send it, just runs through full blind molly smoke.
Still JOBLIFE need to be careful. That's a good kill from Doma. Bringing things back on side. Echo still looking to dance with this one around the pillar. And the operator of Fabian still here with support of Spear.
Yeah, 2-on-2. JOBLIFE looking to
timing is incredible.
Fabian catches Kamek as he looks to make an escape.
Good dink.
Runner spotted, deals
Wait,
one
that's
headshot.
mental from Spear. Wait, that's
Gets
mental
it.
from him. Why has he done
And
that?
we're all even again. It's a Red Bull clutch from Runner. Standout performance in the first series. Back here in the second.
I mean, since he's come back to VCT, he's impressed me so much. And, I mean, it was his KO that was the most impressive, but we can get to that in a minute. A Red Bull clutch. This becomes a deathmatch server very quickly with the bodies that are actually towards this side of the map. Runner
What?
just managing to work this one perfectly.
Get down, guys! They are sitting, yeah? But
I don't know what it is, man. all the players in VCT just love to tell people to sit down, and not seen much standing so far today.
They're just making sure that they don't get, you know, keep hydrated.
Invigilating.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Pace is Outlaw not finding the value that we would expect of him.
Who do you think is a dark horse in all the regions?
Yeah, I think he's been.
Are we including the tier 2 teams, or
in the addition, creating that new system around him, introducing him to the team?
It also depends on like what you wanna.
Decent amount of time.
If you're saying for like champs, or if you're saying to just
absence. Yeah. And look, this
go on a bit of a run.
Something that Scars and Larson not going to be used to, right? That was the Ascension run last year. They had a completely new roster there, almost.
C9 probably is a good bet these days.
Staying in place and now
for a dark horse after that win.
You can see what it is they've worked on.
DFM is the dark horse for sure.
And he was the main antagonist in the previous round. Getting past this Viper.
Varel, too many people are on board with Varel that I'm not sure they're even a dark horse anymore.
Now offered, the B site looking open.
Again, that's be DFM.
And the spike arriving from main. 16 seconds, could get a little cagey, but Spear can't do too much here to stop it.
No, cannot. I mean, we've seen Eternal
this
Fire
comp just can't
we saw that thrifty round
have gone well in prac on defense.
I don't think the opportunities are going to be given
especially
again
with how passive they play.
His JOBLIFE shoot up. And nice shot by Spear.
Yeah, doesn't think anything more of it. Only another Sheriff dropped out here on the external part of A. Doma on the off angle. And back to shooting bodies.
Lovely.
Domas loves it. Dude, he looked over the whole time while he's doing that.
Something that we saw from him the other day as well, as Ordaz is going to get one back. Create a little bit of panic here. He just about has time if he full sticks it, but looks like Doma's going to be getting into the smoke and stopping him from having any chance.
Yeah.
Eyes on the time, not enough for him there.
No, definitely not. Doma having to spend his life for it, and at least bringing things as a majority cost for JOBLIFE. Advantage though in their hands, and now it's about showing us how good this attack side is actually going to be.
It looks like this could be a little bit of a swing round as Eternal Fire have no real money left beneath them. I think JOBLIFE should be good for the next though, so massive opportunity, stakes are raised, chips are down. And
they got to go more aggro.
Towards the end
C
of
or A.
Lotus here.
Probably A.
That's something important to think about.
They can't give him full map control with no
I think
no
the other big thing
comp.
we have to think about is the duelist conversation, right? I think Pace has impressed for his time in VCT and what he's shown us so far, but we've got to also be speaking about Spear as well.
Well, we'll be getting that one a little later on, and yeah, I got to say,
you like that the tier 2 teams get a chance to prove themselves for sure.
We saw from both. Spear had the weirdest VCT debut I think we've seen.
Gives me good hope for next year's format, to be honest.
Getting an ace in the first couple of rounds against
These games
Heretics,
have been fun.
Then getting 13-0'd on
players
the
will have a lot
map.
more belief as well with like an open system.
Limited sample from both that we've seen already. I think Pay's certainly a prospect, someone which Doma
We'll get some fun stuff as well if people do like stream teams. More Americas, I guess, they have like the best chance of doing stream teams.
And
they got some good players
he may not have had the biggest haul of kills in the previous game, it was the impact that he was finding. And looking at it now with the ults available and the check-in with the coaches made, this is a huge round if Eternal Fire want to stay in the game.
Yeah, I think with Pace, he always puts himself before others, and that's something other duelists don't even do in VCT. Somehow Unfake is still alive, and the acceleration on towards
fast
B.
reaction on this. They go aggro C.
They
go aggro C and A, brother. They need to go aggro on one of them. They go aggro on both.
Eternal Fire do as well, as they've killed almost all the server. Just 2 players remain, as the Ultimate's committed to try and make Eternal Fire pay.
Pace is already out on site. The only problem is it's led Kamek to his death. Thinking there was a little bit of space to work with, but Pace leaving that angle open, tries to play himself back in. Disconnect on some of the remaining players on the Eternal Fire side. The closest pair, though, are the ones watching the spike in main.
Yeah, that's the most important. They've even created a crossfire with that dash. Pace with that stun could do a bit of damage at the same time. And manages to dice it, thinks about the second, has heard the dash, anticipates Odaz, can't quite get the kill, Spear can. 9-9, the duelist versus duelist
Much
comparison.
better from them.
Shown on
Just
the
keep
server.
going aggro.
Yeah,
It's such a
that's
difference
we
from the
end
other
up
rounds.
getting an Eternal Fire back on terms here.
They have to
9-0.
fight him early.
Good effort, to be
They
fair.
can't. The longer the
gotta
round
say,
goes
yeah,
on and the
Baze
more space they give
made
them,
it
just
look
more
possible.
timings.
If there's a
Especially A
chance he
control.
catches Ordaz cleanly there on his reprisal through Blue Room, maybe. But more than anything, it's JOBLIFE bringing the tempo and Eternal Fire matching it. Feels like when we go into these firepower heavy head-on-head clashes, it's Eternal Fire winning them. A is our opener and the op is out.
He's not stopping.
He does not stop with this.
Here as he's trying to get stalled out by Eternal Fire.
Damn,
Still
fair play.
going and finally gets the reset.
He's made so
Fabian
much
goes for one
space.
of his own and just can't
Ah,
quite
he's done
gets caught
insane.
out. Advantage
He's done absolutely
towards
insane there.
JOBLIFE, but only for a moment. That's going to be compounded. Kamek doing well.
Oh.
Spike finally tapped. Again, it's just deathmatch after deathmatch in Echo.
Win one, lose the next, 1-9 loss
Two
bonus.
players watching this.
We're going to have
Even a
one
third
round
now
after
with
this.
Unfake.
Yeah, making no mistakes.
Yeah, there's going to be
That's
every event.
exactly the case.
That's an
And
eco,
Thrifty
that's an
to
eco.
answer
They got
Eternal
3 OK
Fire's
guns.
Thrifty earlier and back in the lead.
Yeah, bigger mode of Thrifty for JOBLIFE.
This was all pace though, really. It
Take that lead.
was like good setup
I
to
said
get
it
him
was a
through the
swing
choke,
round,
but
right,
once
in
he's
the
through door,
previous.
it's just him on
Didn't
his own.
actually think JOBLIFE were going to be down on their luck in terms of money, but they were. It's the overdrive of Pays that plays them in here. And just the follow-up from the rest of the pack was fantastic. Spear going a little too early for the hinder there.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to say, it feels like JOBLIFE are still somehow playing their best Valorant when they're turning things up a notch.
When the pressure begins to turn up, they do.
It's what we saw in the previous series, and it's something that Doma spoke at length about.
Yeah.
That's what the experience counts for, those situations.
We saw it in that lower bracket run when it was do or die. Feels like that's when JOBLIFE really start to show the qualities that we expect of them.
And now
Are they
they're
gonna
up
really
against
force
an
through
eco,
this?
So the decision to push into the pit here against the pistols is a risky one. Runner gets all the way through, but Spear and Echo combining, this just feels like a death sentence. Unfake sending his teammates to their own slaughter as it's a 3 versus 5, backs to the wall, B site open, but for only a moment.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a charity round just given to Eternal Fire at this moment in time. There's 2 rifles to pick up, and
The
Eternal
devastating
Fire,
way to lose.
No. It's right into
Honestly,
the judge.
I've never seen anyone play this
Fabian's
place with a
already up in
judge.
lobby. This is the freest 2 kills you could
Yeah,
ever
I've never seen
expect at that
like
kind of
the
range.
other angles a little more
And
passive.
JOBLIFE
Sure, never
have
seen
made
someone play
an
that close through the
absolute
legs.
mess of the round, which should have sent them
Dude, he
clear.
just straight up runs at
Eternal
him.
Fire have tied it
Mate,
back
that's
up.
a
It's an amount
bad
of Thrifty of their
round.
own.
Against the eco, they try
do I
force
have to
through.
talk
They
about
use
that
the
round?
fatal.
Yeah, do we,
Cairo, you're paid to. It's your job.
Everyone's there to pick up
sorry.
guns.
don't
They go
have to do
for
it,
a
yeah,
molly as
You're on
well.
TV.
Yeah, you're on TV.
He commits so heavy on
I
that.
don't
It's
even
such
know.
a
I don't know what else there is
such a
to say.
risk.
I'm just.
It's a poor call. It's a blind commitment into
poor
Oh
an
no,
ultimate.
it is just
Poor
a
call is
blind.
generous.
The blind
Okay.
sender.
I think, to be fair, probably not expecting 3 players inside that one for what it's worth.
Yeah, maybe. But
Maybe a
there's-
misread of the stack as you'd often gamble the other side of the map.
Did they think
but,
it was only one all? I mean,
sort
they
of
thought
benefit of
the
the
only one
doubt
was there.
here,
They thought it was just
JOBLIFE have still got
Viper
work
on
to do.
his own.
10-all, full buy in their hands, still masters of their own destiny.
He's a fatal. The fatal only hits
as
one.
The A space has been taken. Door opened up with a Prowler sent in, so Fabian now restationed. Eternal Fire confirming suspicions. There are still players here.
They gotta react with this comp.
Kind of want to see if Spear's going to get active in the middle of the round here. You can see him out on C.
Yeah, he's doing a
He
good job
starts
at
to move
getting
into
C
B main.
info.
There could be issues, but those issues not arising just yet. JOBLIFE poking and prodding, seeing what responds, and they've pulled out a lot of utility from B, even the molly from the Viper. Seems like Kamek's going to try and scale towards stairs. If he moves it any further, Odaz is there to support.
Mate, that's a
Fabian with
headshot.
Good shot. And
I
Pays
saw
as
dead
well.
back of sight.
Fabian now under pressure and can't quite get the shotty to work. Once again, Pays showing those entries, but Spike is caught in no man's land. Kamek managing to punish Echo. And Oda's still here. JOBLIFE looking and hunting kills, but they've got to get that spike down, and finally they will.
Yeah, no recourse for Odas there either.
Playins is doing really good on attack right now.
For Eternal Fire in a clutch.
It's winning him some big rounds.
Can't finish what was started by his teammate. JOBLIFE back in front, but these rounds have been anything but easy to come by.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like, I don't know, man. These rounds are few and far between.
Yeah, Neki has to get one here, but
the quality, real quality. Pace shows it there, sure, with his entries. But time and time again, we're seeing mistakes crop up, and both teams are punishing
they managed
each other,
to still be
fair,
okay. They got all the guns picked up last round.
Consistency.
This is it, though.
And so if you question the
Got a
round's
waylay
repeatability, JOBLIFE are going to go ahead and make another A Insurgents. Spear still sending himself forwards with the ult, and JOBLIFE completely cleared out of this early rubble control.
Yeah, forced towards C, and that's where we're going to see that setup of Echo. The Orb still got a molly in pocket.
Won't be enough to stave off JOBLIFE forever, but it has bought precious time for a rotation. 4 bodies dragged towards C. That's until the duelists start to cancel. Bring their sight back to B. JOBLIFE have been working through the middle of the map in these last few rounds.
Taking the time slowly but surely. It's Echo within this corner that I really start to worry about.
Pin pulled on the nade. Kamek, the spike carrier, trying to cross the gap towards the C site, and now the full execution.
Oh, the flash off that.
Site. Runner, while blinded, still finds Echo.
He's allowed to throw the Vice flash in and let it go.
Needed to get in here. Flashing down the door as Neki and Spear try and retaliate, but it's all
I mean, they've even had some
feed.
bad rounds in here to try and give Eternal Fire a good chance. It's just not happening.
Fire required, but it's a 3 versus 1. And the crossfire is set up. He's walking straight into trouble, and that close clear second guess can't reset. And with that, JOBLIFE finding map point on their pick.
A massive round to win out. Finally, some rounds in a row connected at the hip.
The self flash, nah, he put the Vice
I've
flash
really
in.
criticised their attack, and sure there's mistakes here and there, but they've won the majority of the rounds.
And again, it comes back to what I was saying at the start. I think Unfake has been pretty incisive on these calls, and I think that's the biggest thing for a lot of teams that are working through a rebuild, whatever the case may be in Playins. Down
What
on their luck,
percentage
that's why
would
you're here.
give Fnatic to make it?
It's just keeping
Wait,
it
when you
clear,
say make
keeping
it, make it to where?
straightforward. Another slow round, just waiting to see what Eternal Fire want to do.
It's that B main push, but it's even for some part.
Champs.
Same time, JOBLIFE come out the other end.
My guy type champs.
And does identify at least Echo.
Oh, Echo's still running this one down though, Cairo, and he's dead for it. It looks like JOBLIFE have queued up a 13th round. And
To
the
make
biggest
it the
thing for me is
champs,
that the
they
read
go
is
top 2 in the
spot on
region.
again.
The lower
Yeah, it
bracket,
certainly
they would have
is.
to go into
Doma
lower
down
bracket
to
of
3
playoffs.
HP, sure. There's
I'll
a
give you a
chance for
2%.
Odaz, but it's a minute one. Guardian to play with, and needs to be accurate. Doesn't have the ability to spray. But Eternal Fire put all their hopes in the controller. Swing out, gets at least onto Doma. Kamek deep in towards backside. A hard clear, no TPs out of this. So there's a delay.
It's almost impossible to get back in, even with the paranoia.
Yeah, gonna try it, but Kamek not thought
Solid.
about.
I mean, they did just look better.
Once
Dude,
again
for
from a
sure,
tier 1 team, they will take an
like
advantage.
the only thing
in
that
this
looks a
best
little
of 3.
dodgy on this team is some of the calling.
Record which they had in the second tier has translated
Pre-barrier
to the top flight. Lotus.
It's when they have ults and when they're against ults. So some of the ideas can be way better.
It's still all up in the air, but you've got
Still
to be
win, though.
favouring the French side with how they've come out of the gate, swinging for the fences.
Like they're having these rounds and they're still winning.
On the streak that we've